Hi, everyone. I'm Dean Takahashi, lead writer for GamesBeat at VentureBeat. And today I'm joined by Berkley Egenes, Chief Marketing Officer and Chief Growth Officer at Xsolla. We're to discuss some exciting updates from Xsolla today, including their newly launched COPPA and GDPR-K certified parental controls, a suite of tools that's designed to keep gaming safe for young players while ensuring regulatory compliance. We'll also explore Xsolla's innovative web shop solutions, which have powered the successful launch of over 400 web shops and the recent expansion of payment methods in Cambodia and Indonesia. These new offerings are helping game developers tap into fast-growing markets and ensure smooth, secure transactions for their players. Welcome, Berkley.
Thanks, Dean. I really appreciate it. It's always good to talk with you, share what we're seeing in the industry and what offerings we have to help developers scale and grow their business around the world, no matter how big or small the organization is or where they're located, to provide that opportunity and access. But we're thrilled to be here with you today to talk a little bit more about what we have coming up here in Q4.
Mhm. So, protecting children has certainly been in the news a lot in the game
For sure.
industry in recent days. And so, Xsolla recently introduced COPPA and GDPR-K certified parental controls. Can you tell us more about the importance of this solution and how it benefits developers and families?
Absolutely. Now, as a parent myself, it's super important initiative that we all need to address together within the industry. It is developers shift to become more direct to consumer focused. There's various regulations, platforms, and things that we need to ensure that everybody remains safe while they're playing games. These compliance standards with COPA and GDPR-K are essential not only to avoid fines and other risks, but it's part of the package is keeping everything safe by offering features such as age verification, real time guardian notifications for transaction approvals, setting spending limits during a specific time period, and detailed transaction history so you can see what is being spent on your your children, people in your household that they're spending on these accounts. And these help parents to manage that gaming experience and ensure that the developers provide a great experience, but meet those global standards and requirements that are needed in every country and every region that they want to distribute and sell and offer this incredible experience to their users. And ultimately, great user experience, great gameplay, and keep it safe.
Well, I guess a few years back, you probably wouldn't have expected Xsolla to move into this space, but I guess that's a reflection of your expanded strategy for the company.
For sure, for sure. And it's been a challenge that partners have brought up to us is like, how do we do this? How do we manage this situation? Or how do we make sure that we maintain compliance as you go forward? It's things we've had our eyes on,
Mhm.
and definitely doing all the research and putting that together and being able to offer this here in Q4 as we go forward. And you'll see that being demonstrated at different shows that we'll be at, and to show that where it's a well-rounded experience and we're able to solve key challenges that people might overthink or overlook rather than as they're trying to build the game as you go forward and think about your player base. You might be targeting somebody who's 22 years old, but yet your game profile, your player profile will be up and down that above and below that age group, and you have to maintain the compliancy, particularly when you go lower ages.
Mhm. It seems like there's a lot of different players involved in this too, I guess, and that there are just different ways to approach it.
For sure, for sure. And that's one of the things that we integrate with an overall payment system and solution that we offer to have that all package all together, that one-stop shop experience to be able to provide to our developers so they can ultimately provide that experience to their users.
Mhm. And then on to our second subject here. Xsola's web shop solution has become very popular among developers. What makes it such a strong choice for those looking to build out their direct to consumer strategies?
Sure, it's a very important aspect of when you're a mobile game developer to think about how do you distribute, how do you market, how do you reach your players uh, in the app store, how do you engage with them outside of the app store and provide the whole ecosystem experience. We've stand out because of the proven track record results and many successful launches. We're now seeing the performance, and it's happened over the last several years. We've been doing web shops for over 3 years. We continuously to upgrade our solution, our offering, because of what we hear from our developer partners. We want to be able to do this. We want to be able to provide customization. We want a seamless login. We want to be able to do unique programs and unique offers on a weekly, sometimes twice weekly basis as they go forward. But just like listening, getting into the room, a lot of whiteboard conversations with folks as well over the last 3 years. And we've designed this with ease and flexibility in mind. A solution that meets the needs of any developer, no matter how big or small, wherever they're located, to provide that quick setup and fully customized web shop. And the numbers speak for themselves. Over 400 web shops that we successfully launched around the world with a comprehensive and robust platform that delivers significant results for the developers and provides ultimately an amazing offer, a unique experience for the players that goes into it. And it's not just for specific genres. We're seeing it cross a genre as you're building out mobile strategies where it's a free-to-play game, an RPG, a puzzle, casual games. We're seeing it work for all different genres and all different player types to be able to come online, see a unique offer, and then make that purchase online, and then ultimately play it back on the mobile device, because we want to get the players back on the mobile device, and then they'll make purchases on the mobile device as well to continue that as they're in a session. They don't want to bounce out; they want to stay in that session, top off with some virtual items and currencies as well to be able to do that. So what we've been seeing is like many of our partners have generated significant profits for their game, that they'll be able to reinvest it into that mobile game, additional patch updates, additional series or part 2 of their game. But then also able to apply that to the rest of their business for other mobile games. And we're seeing folks like our partners over at Tilting Point that mentioned that at Gamescom, that over 50% of their business comes from the web shop from Warhammer. And it's a significant milestone that they've reached. They have offers that go multiple times a week on many of their games and putting that together. And we're seeing those unique experiences. We're talking to folks. How do you do it? How do you want to engage with them? And we provide the tools and the back end services from that web shop perspective for them to be able to do that. And there's a lot that we have to offer that we're coming on. We have new features like our live ops, which allows developers to run these personalized offers and discounts to drive retention, purchases. Many of our developers say, hey, they set up like a Thursday as an example when they're going to run the campaign or promotion, and their players reach out to them and go, hey, what's up? I thought it was coming at 10 a.m. and they'll get a tweet, they'll get a Reddit message, they'll get an email message direct through their contact us channels to be able to drive that. But we provide within the live ops, to provide news, events, and to facilitate that transition of players from the game to the web to enhance that revenue experience for the developer, and the unique offer for the player. It doesn't matter where they're from. This is a significant milestone to help increase that conversion rate from that visit to login and motivate that purchase. Motivate repeat purchases, increase purchase frequency, and build upon that player behavior. And we're seeing more loyal transactions. People are continuously coming back. Players are to make purchases online, and we're seeing higher ARPU of north of 15%. And some places seeing almost 5x of revenue growth. It's been a significant push forward in developing these hubs and from a live ops perspective on the web shop, so that these games can grow. You can have more engagement with your players, have real-time discussions, engagement, and you're tracking the data points through each one of those touch points and each one of these offers. You find what works. You can have an offer that works. Some offers don't. And why does that happen? And we're seeing other developers coming up with offers through these live ops practices. They're high. They're north of $100, north of $1,000 USD from a purchase from a mobile game perspective. And you think about what was doing before, the last 3 years, those weren't always happening or weren't possible. But now doing this online with the web shop, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, very interesting. The context for this is getting more supportive as well from the legal perspective.
For sure.
With the European Union and
Right.
Apple, it's happening thanks to the Digital Markets Act, and then there are favorable legal rulings in Google's Epic Games' litigation with Google as well. And I think that seems like it's adding some fuel to the fire and just making it more and more inevitable, I guess.
No, I completely agree with you. And you wake up every morning, there's something new, and a lot of time. And our team being on top of each one of those steps, and what does that mean to a developer? We get calls from developers. What does this mean? I read this article. To be able to get that figured out, so that they know that they're maintaining compliance, they're doing the right things, and they continue to expand their game in their business,
Mhm.
to be able to go forward with that. It's ever changing. We, anticipate more changes in this industry. It happens all the time from a regulation perspective, whether it's the United States, Europe, Southeast Asia, and Japan, other places like that. You're going to see more and more changes are going to come up, and like what is possible.
Mhm.
We'd love to believe in what the art of possible is, to be able to provide that opportunity, but 100% being compliant, because we ultimately want the players to get back to that mobile device, whether it's Google, Apple, from a platform perspective, to play the game on that device.
Yeah. And speaking of Southeast Asia, I actually haven't been there yet, but Xsolla has expanded its payment solutions there. And what impact will this have on game developers targeting these markets in Southeast Asia?
Yeah, 100%. So we've been continuously growing and evolving as we help operate as a merchant of record for our games. We're able to accept payments on behalf of the game when a player makes that purchases, and we've been committed to Southeast Asia and growing. This year, around the world, we've introduced nearly 60 new payment methods, adding to our 700 plus in our roster, and with 8 of those being in Cambodia and 14 being in Indonesia. It's a huge market that's continuing to grow and evolving. Some people may call it emerging markets. We call it an important market for us in the engagement from the player perspective. We're having more developers coming to us saying they want to engage and have players purchase their games from those countries, but to play and pay in the method of choice that they want to do. So they don't have to go do a credit card. They don't have to use another payment method that they're not used to on a daily basis. We're able to tailor these solutions, those local preferences, and covering over 90% of the payments market in each country in which we operate in, to available these wide range of options. The developers are able to provide those to their players through digital wallets, QR codes, and even bank transfers that goes forward. And if you simplify the transaction process, then it removes barriers. It decreases cart abandonment and allows developers to reach more of those players and drive continuous growth in many of these vibrant markets that we have around the world. And it's a very exciting time to see and be able to offer this up. And we got a lot of conversation. Our team will be at Gamescom Asia here in a bit. And we're going to be showcasing these offerings there as well. And so we're excited about that opportunity to be able to share that not only with Southeast Asia, but with the rest of the world, as we continue to add new payment methods monthly, quarterly, as we go forward, to help make it easier for our game developer partners to be successful.
These look like very complex markets. I guess Indonesia has 14 different solutions for payment methods.
Correct.
Xsolla now, I guess.
Right.
I suppose that 275 million people there, though, are worth it, I guess.
100%. And it's continuing to evolve and continuing to grow. And one of the reasons why we want to keep pushing, in not only in Cambodia and Indonesia and different individual countries within the region, is making it seamless, making it easy for users to pay with the method of their choice. If you don't offer that method of choice, it might increase cart abandonment, and they're going to hit that X on the window and not be able to make that transaction. They're going to move on. We want to, as the merchant of record, and allow those developers to accept payments for that purchase in the method of choice, and to be able to help players play where they want to play and pay they want to pay. You're going to increase your business. You're going to grow into and penetrate different markets and be able to evolve and scale and learn from players in these geographies. And so that you become a better business, grow and reach new markets, and then be able to make more profits for your game as you go forward. And it's really exciting time to see what's happening in Southeast Asia as we continue to evolve and add more payment methods through our pay station and our payment solution, to be able to provide that to our developer partners.
Very good. Thank you very much, Berkley.
I appreciate it, Dean. Thanks so much for the time, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon, especially there at GamesBeat in San Francisco.
Yeah, it should be a good show. Thank you.
Absolutely.